evening, BIGJACKFILMS here. Welcome to another live stream. Yeah, we're doing two this week. Just figured, because there's not much content happening right now in our on our field because of timing and everything. So we're gonna do that with just replace that with just doing live streams for a little bit. So yeah, welcome. It's another Star Wars edit. Hope you guys have been enjoying these edits for the last few months. I know they've been pretty obnoxious because they've been like the main driving force of videos, but again, this is a very ambitious production. So just to update, yesterday we essentially did a lot of stuff with episode 3 in terms of the review. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. Today I thought we could go through a little bit of a behind the scenes on the special effects, so and see sort of how the visuals are being done. With that said, it's actually going to do a couple of easy ones, and then we're going to go into maybe do some review stuff later. But welcome everybody into the stream. Welcome Dark Bunk, welcome Shirt King, welcome Sirius Orion, welcome Sag4, welcome Osiris. Good to see you. Again, keep these, here are all the rules if you guys are interested. Not spam the chat with the same question. We really appreciate that. Just because we're not responding doesn't mean we're ignoring. Super chat questions and comments for now. Yes, super chat. If you guys want us to react to something on YouTube, make sure it's not that copyright heavy. We will abridge it, but send me a super chat. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, honestly, everybody, please be respectful. Thank you, Osiris, for all that, and also huge shout out to Honey Bear's website, resiliencyandme.com. Here is where you can help kids in low-income housings get, essentially, mental health services locally. So with that being said, let's dive into Star Wars Episode 3. And I'm going to be... Yes, I had heard about the supernova. I had been watching the production carefully. I might know a few people working on it, so there's that. No, it's probably just perception. Yes, and I am aware! We are finally, at last, it is no longer a joke. Spaceballs 2, the search for more money. It's finally happening. I'm shocked. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I never thought we were going to get a sequel to Spaceballs. I thought it was a one-off. But no, we're getting Spaceballs 2, the search, and it better be called the search for more money. I swear, some marketing fuck messes that up and says, "Oh, we're not going to need the search for more money." I'm going to be like, the joke doesn't work anymore. Seriously, call it the search for more money. It's got the whole premise of a movie right there. Because look at the way Hollywood is in terms of its capitalism, in terms of how much they make bank on nostalgia. So it literally is the search for more money. I want that. I'm not okay, so there's a little bit of a mix-up. Just going back to a story here. Where is your cameo in GVK? Okay, so there's a little bit of a mix-up. I was offered a cameo, but it meant I had to fly to Australia, and they weren't going to pay for it. I had to pay for the ticket to go to Australia, get on the set, and be in the movie. I don't have that kind of money, so unfortunately I had to drop out of that. But yeah, it's funny how me and James both simultaneously got offered cameos on GVK, and we kind of just, our timing was off. That's really all it was. But yeah, we're getting Spaceballs 2, which means more merchandise, more Spaceballs t-shirts, Spaceballs breakfast cereals, Spaceballs the flamethrower, and Episode 3 stuff, which we should be focusing on. But yeah, the kids love this one. I love Spaceballs. That's one of my favorite comedies. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see what Mel Brooks has up his sleeve this time. But let's freaking go with that. But with that said, let's get to Episode 3. So what we're going to be doing today, folks, is a little interesting. So if you guys saw Episode 2, we had this whole scene with Darth Vader on a bridge, on a starship bridge, on the Star Destroyer. And actually the effect came out pretty damn well. I would love to, Anthony. That'd be amazing. I would love that. But if you guys have seen that, you know what that entails, right? This whole scene that we just recently put together. Let me just put this in a bigger screen so you can see. So I'm just going to bring it out. There we go. So you can see, this is the scene we were working on. There's another scene on a Star Destroyer bridge, so we're going to work on that, and it's for episode 3. And it's a pretty easy task, all things considered, because it's really just a copy-paste job, with some exceptions. So what we have to do is essentially look at the shots we've already got established, and we're going to transfer it over to the next shot. So you guys get to see the magic of how I make these type of effects, how I made this whole scene. And a lot of it's just green screen. A lot of it's just blue and green screen. And you guys get a little behind the scenes. I normally don't show this because it does take away a little bit of the magic. But this time, it's a scene that's not really there. And, yeah, here we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually, first and foremost, is take the background. Yeah, I know the budget's 180. That's really cool. I'm actually down. I'm really excited for this one. So the first shot we're doing is this. Now, as you can see, the way we film this... Hey! Wow! $5 super chat from Lance Darkwater. Thank you so much. We'll be flying with Dragons of Berk sometime soon. Have fun! You're going to Epic Universe. Nice! You're lucky, man. You're a lucky guy being able to do that. I am really happy for you. I need to go to Epic Universe. It looks phenomenal. I have seen so many pictures and so much video. The monster stuff looks great. I'm really excited for that. So congratulations, man. And thank you so much for that super chat, Lance. Again, guys, super chats are always appreciated here on our channel. That really comes in handy. So with that said, let's take a look at this shot. So as you can see, it's nothing really special. This is an actor we hired named Steve Kwan. Really nice dude I met at Toronto Comic-Con who does an excellent Imperial officer. And we just lost the feed there. Hold on. Does an excellent Imperial officer on Star Wars. And what's really cool is that we met him, we talked, he got a cameo for episode 2, but I said, do you want more of a role in number 3? And he's like, yeah, sure, I could come down for that. So he came in, and this is the green screen I film on with everything. Now, I should point out that, yes, it is a little messy, because I have been also reorganizing things in my apartment. After Star Wars, I'm going to be doing a huge overhaul. So we've been using the old setup. There is some little bit of cluster, but this is actually a very easy fix. And you guys are going to see what it takes to fix this, because this is actually relatively not that bad to figure out. So with that said, let's do this. It might be a little slow too, guys, because there is a lot of layers to put onto this. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paste in the background on the bottom, and we're going to map it to where the shot ends, which is about right, let's see, right about here. And we're just going to extend it out. We're going to drag it out a little bit. And that just gives us weight. Yay! Hey! Let's see here. Lance Darkwater. Oh no, I'm going to see the movie. Okay, let me know how the movie is, because I've been hearing like it might be okay. Interesting. Okay, yeah, awesome. Thank you so much again for that super chat. Really appreciate it, Lance. And have fun with the movie. I have heard it's not that bad. So thank you so much for that super chat, man. Also, hi, Sky Up. Can't wait to see that. I'm very curious how you're going to pull off Kong. Always cool to see how many fans have come up to me and said, you influenced me to make my own remake, which is always flattering. So yeah, you can see this shot is just, you know, this Imperial officer's just walking towards the other side, right? Very simple stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and we're going to go back here. And I have to, first of all, take an old effect that I've already established. It's pretty easy when you see it all put together. And I'm going to copy paste. See, this was the shot from episode 2. We're just going to do the same thing. I love Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump's a great movie. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. And I'm going to copy the effect, which is pretty easy. And then we're going to go here, and we're going to go all the way in here and basically fill this out. We're just going to fill out the shots with an already established one shot that we did before. So watch this. This is actually really cool. This is where the fun begins, and this is where the magic happens. Ready? Alakazam. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. But look at that. So as you can see, he's a little bit cropped on the side, but again, that's an easy fix. So what we're gonna do is, first off, we're gonna crop him out. We're gonna make sure that he's well like put into his place. This is very easy green screen, honestly. You know, something that George Lucas did initiate back in the prequel era, that he allowed this technology to be so widespread. Thought about making a review of many other Robert Zemeckis movies. Possibly. Castaway I really like, along with Roger Rabbit, has also been a potential. I didn't grow up with Roger Rabbit, but like I wouldn't mind exploring it maybe someday. It seems like an interesting movie to talk about. So yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit crummy in the cropping, but that's okay. We can make this work. So, I did a review of Back to the Future, Sammy. I did the top 10 timeless Back to the Future episodes. That's where you can find it. So as you can see, this is just a simple shot of him. He's supposed to just walk over to the other side. So watch this. Watch how cool he can walk. I can't really play it because of just the render time, but as you can see, frame by frame, he's walking. Walk. It's a very simple shot. Very easy to do. But what we're going to do is, we're actually going to move the camera a little bit. I'm actually going to move it over here. Watch this. We're going to take this background plate, and we're going to go around here. I'm just going to recrop it. So just give me a moment. It's a little bit slow, too, in the loading time. Okay. Did we not? Huh. Okay, I guess I didn't crop it that way. Let me try another way. Alright. I only wish there was a scene Back to the Future to go back in time to pursue. I mean, there's the ride, Sammy, at Universal Studios. The ride's always great. Okay, so what we did was, we didn't crop it the pan and zoom way, we cropped it this way. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do -17. We're going to do the complete opposite. So now he's over here. We're just going to switch out the angle a little bit, right? Maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Let's bring it out a little bit more to... I'm trying to think of a better way about this. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna switch this. Hang on a sec. Let me try to figure out where I want to put this shot. It's just about like where you place him in the angle. It's a little bit tricky, but it's doable. Let's go -25. Let's see what happens when we go there. How far does the frame go? Okay, too far. So we're just gonna go back about. Let's go about 23. Go about 23. There we go. About that. So the trick is, I'm going to be putting Darth Vader right about here. Right? That's the idea. Is we want to put him right about there. So what we're going to do is the next thing we're going to do is very carefully take this Darth Vader shot that my buddy Canadian Vader provided me on blue screen. Very well done. And we're going to put him... oh, we just lost signal again. Wow. Let's see here. Share. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is take this shot right here of Vader kind of walking. I'm just going to slightly move it. Check this out. I'm going to move him a little bit. Well, just about cropping. Cropping is key. Because we have to match these shots. Now, these shots I shot at Fan Expo with Rick, with Canadian Vader. Very, very kind enough for us to film him there. A lot of stuff I got at Comic-Con. But we're just going to slightly edit it to where he's going to come into the... He's supposed to be on, like, this side, basically. Zemeckis was considered to direct Phantom Menace along with Spielberg. I mean, yeah, because George had full creative control at that point. So if I just quickly paste this right about there, right? So we have to kind of make it where he's still in the frame. And we're just going to go ahead and see how this looks. Now he looks just like standing there, right? Right about there. It's like perfect, right? Because we have to kind of match to what he was doing here. And what we're going to do is, we're going to go ahead and we're going to crop him about the same height as Steve Fair. Steven directed a Star Wars movie. I mean, yeah, how have we never gotten him to direct it? He did kind of direct a little bit of Revenge of the Sith, actually. He actually directed the animatics for the opening of Coruscant and the final battle. He actually did help assist in directing those, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so this is all. So what we're gonna do here is again, you just gotta crop all this backyard stuff out because he filmed this blue screen next to a tennis court, which is really funny. But we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna try to fix up these shots to where they look a little cooler. I also definitely have to shrink them down a little bit. Let's go 65%. 65 and shrinking. That looks a little bit better. We're just gonna go up and up and up. Let's go to about, let's say 3% up. Vertical. 3% vertical. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Look at that. That looks solid. Let's just make sure the shot looks lined up. Oh, it looks like he's about to fall. Oh shit, no, Vader, hold on. So right there is kind of what I want to go for. I definitely want to bring himself. So I'm going to actually go a bit. Let's go to 60%. Let's see how that looks. Just in like height comparison. Okay, that looks a lot better. That looks a little better. Because he's supposed to be looking out the window here, you know? So it's supposed to be like this really cool shot. Like right about there. See, that looks pretty good. So now we just have to get rid of this fence and this floor, and that's pretty easy. Let's go to about 6% on the floor. Let's see how much that gets rid of. About as much as I want. Let's go to 8%. No, not 68. What the fuck? 8%. There we go. And then we're going to go to the right, and we're going to take about 10% out. See, this is what compositing is in terms of special effects. Like, you just have to match it. It's not just about slap a green screen, there's your shot. No, you have to crop it. You have to recolor it. You have to retweak it and make it look really good. Compositing is like making a sandwich. You got to make sure everything lines up enough where it's going to taste really good at the end of it. That's how I describe compositing. It is literally onions have layers. It is literally making a sandwich. Let's go. Okay, so that's not enough. Let's try 25%. See how much that gets rid of. 25%? Oh, okay. It did something here. It moved it. That's weird. Today I ordered my 3.5-inch Tanzar armor from... Nice! Awesome! That's so cool. There we go. Okay, so it only took another dent out. So we definitely want to get more in there. So let's go to about... Let's try 28%. Cropping. This is the process, people. Yeah, I haven't seen this review yet, so no spoilers, but I do want to watch it. Okay, that looks pretty good. How that looks all pretty nice. There you go. The Vader looks good. The compositing looks good. That's a solid shot. Okay. So as you can see, like that looks pretty good, right? That looks okay. That actually doesn't look too bad. So another thing is missing here. We need essentially what we need is a background. And what to use for a background? Well, this is where we're going to have to go ahead and look into some background plates that I happen to have. And we're going to put some stuff in the background here. So let me just go ahead and find a shot that is suitable for this task. Of making a cameo your review, but I don't think... Yeah, it's been hard to keep track because I get so many requests for cameos and stuff, so I do apologize on that end. But at some point, yeah, cameos are fun. Alright, let me find the right shot I want to put in here. So just give me a moment. Let's see. Here is this. Let me just check which one I want to use here. Okay, that one's not bad. That one's not a bad one. Let me see if I have any others. Let's see here. See, this one might do, but it's more just like it's more rebels than it is Empire. So let me just take a look here. No, I'm not feeling that one. This one? Okay, that one. I like that one. That one works. Okay. So we're missing something here. We're missing a background plate. So what we're going to do is this. Watch this. We're going to take this, and we're just going to put in a background. Very simple background. Right? Watch this. This is actually a solid background. Oh, and we lost signal again. There's so much power being driven on this one. It's like, it's a lot. Let's see. My apologies, guys. One moment. There we go. And share. Let's see how that looks. Let's see how. See, now look at that. Look how cool that looks. Look how good that looks all composited together. So the only thing I want to do is clean it up a little bit and find an area where that looks really good. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let's try minus 10. Let's see how that looks. So we're just compositing it. We just need to see, okay, so we have to go a little bit more. Let's go 10% below. Oh, that'd be funny, actually. Okay, I also want to go ahead and just flip the shot to make it look a little cooler. It's a lot of trial and error making this stuff, guys. There's a lot of trial and error. Now, if I remember the shot correctly, let me just see how this looks. Okay, that is the exact shot I'm going for. As you can see, like, that looks pretty solid. The only thing I want to do is slightly, I mean, it's fine. I do want to kind of clear out a little bit, get the color on the shot a little bit more exciting. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to add a little red to it. And the reason for it is for later. You'll understand why later, why there's a lot of red here, but you'll see it. When you see it, you'll see it. It is a lot of trial and errors, really. It is a lot of trickery. And this is what my job entails. Like, you're doing this type of level of compositing, it is going to be a little bit harder to kind of manualize and make sure it all looks good. So, yeah, that shot looks pretty solid. So there we go. That looks pretty good. Also, yeah, that looks good. Now we're going to get, so there's one shot done. Now, the other thing is, too, I can actually put Steve in other places because he can double as other officers. So we're basically going to clone him now. Let's see here. Let me just try to find... okay, there we go. One moment. Just going to check with this. Okay. So we're going to go find that clip of him. The first thing I'm actually going to do is delete this just to make it space a bit more spacious when I composite this. Because we have to, I want to add some stuff in the background. So the way I'm going to do that is by going to the shot of him, which is right here, find in library. Yeah, somehow Vader returned. I mean, it's not a bad theory. Again, I will not answer any theories because I'm not going to say if anybody's correct or wrong, because I like to have people guess what's going to happen. It's a very fascinating subject just to see everybody kind of like, you know, doing like kind of guessing what the plot's going to be. That's what makes it so much fun. That actually makes it legitimately a fun time. So what we're going to do is, on this shot, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to add some more characters. The way I'm going to do that first and foremost is by, yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna put Steve here. Watch this. Ready? This is actually a really cool, like, trick. If you don't have any extras, shoot your actor from the back. Because that way, and we keep losing signal because there's so much power being driven. Let's see here. Shoot your actor from the back. That way, you don't see their face, and through the magic of compositing and coloring, you can make it look a totally different character. Watch this. This is actually a really clever trick I found. Just go ahead. Come on. No, come on. Come on, little fella. Don't be stingy with me. Nicole, don't be stingy with me. Seriously. Snappy, stop. Okay. We're going to copy paste the exact same angle. Right? That's going to be kind of fascinating. Paste. Right about there. So now there's like 2 of them. Right? Now watch this. What we're going to do is, we're going to take the shot. Do you think real aliens will react to portrayal movies? I mean, probably. Then we won't be able to make those kind of movies anymore. Alright. So you see, now we have 2 versions of him, but what we're going to do is, to hide him, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go here, and I'm going to move that Steve over here. Now watch this. No, that's too much. Alright, let me actually go minus 24. Let's try that. Watch this. Ready? So now he's over there. What we're going to do is actually make him go a little further out. Let's go to about 35. Maybe let's do 40%. Yes, it's a bunch of Osiris commanding officers. That'd be actually kind of funny. Honestly, that'd be kind of funny. So yeah, as you can see, now we have like other officers like running things on the Death Star, and I think that actually makes the scene look a lot cooler. So yeah, there you go. You can see how like that looks. I'm also just gonna do the same thing where I'm gonna add him in another shot, but that just makes the shots look so much better. You know, like that actually makes it come alive. It makes the scene look really good. Yeah, and there's signal again. It really makes the scene come alive if you can just like add to it and make it look really cool. Let's see again. I'm sorry the screen keeps like crashing. It's only because like of how much data we're using on this shot. Because it is a lot of compositing. So yeah, you can make it have multiple layers of character. I'm just gonna bring it out so you guys can see the process. And yeah, I just want to make sure that we have enough movement from Steve, because yeah, it's literally just the same shot. But I want to try to add a variety, so let me just try and look at the other aspects of it. Let me try to like composite it in other places. Yeah, I imagine that actually. Also, I noticed because of how much process I'm using, it takes like 10-15 seconds per click. That's how slow my PC is in terms of like compositing shots. So let me just go back here so you guys can see the process. Eat, sleep, use the Force. Exactly. I don't know what that is, Sammy. Let's see here. Is this any good? Okay, so I'm going to put him, this version of Steve, I'm going to put him over here. I'm actually going to put him in, like, the caverns below. I think that'd be a good place to put him. So let's take Steve here. And let's put him... Let's put him at minus 20. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. And let's put him actually right in the corner here. So I want to go a bit more. Let's go minus 30. Hope you guys are having fun in the chat, by the way. Let's just go here. 30 here. I'm going to go and do minus 50. Let's see how that looks. Take another 20 out of it. So he's not under. That looks okay. I think we can definitely make him a little bit smaller. Let's go minus 5. Let's see how that looks. That might be too much. Let's do 45%. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Okay, that looks solid. That looks okay. I have not seen that. I don't even know what that is. As you can see, now it looks a bit more alive. Now you can see it look a bit more like alive, moving and everything, and how it like operates and everything. So yeah, this actually makes the scene look a lot better when you like kind of put all that together, essentially. I'm just trying to see how I can like is that all we can do with him, I think? Okay, that's probably all we can do with him right now. Ugh! Posture check. Ugh! Again, this is a little bit slow because of all the shots I have to do. Okay. So, yeah, pretty easy shot. Yeah, I can definitely, you know, we're going to add one more Steve in there. Because I just feel like I want to fill in those little gaps there. Doesn't feel that fulfilled. Come! The answers will be revealed. Okay. Me and the guys in the chat, we talk about Thumb Wars all the time. I actually gotta find a place to put it in this clip, too, in this movie. Because, actually, we do have a couple Thumb Wars references in this one. Can't say what, but... I'm open to things. I don't know exactly what they'll be doing, but let's see what happens, honestly. Okay, again, it keeps crashing. I'm so sorry for the crashes, folks. Like, this R2 unit has a bad motivator. Yeah, there we go. That's what I need. I need, like, some waving hands. That looks pretty good. I need some hand waving. I need some hand waving, Steve. There you go. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I need from you, Steve. I need some wave handing. I need some of that because I need to make the scene look a little alive. Okay. Once I get these composited, then you have like, then it's going to be a lot easier to kind of put together. Hi, Star Master. Good to see you. We're just doing some special effect shots. Yes, I know about Spaceball 2, Spider-Man. Really excited for it, honestly. Because it's going to be a good time. Okay, I know exactly where we're going to put this stuff. I'm actually going to move these two. Just two separate spots. Again, hey, James, good to see ya! Let's see, again, I'm so sorry, because of just all the compositing I'm doing, it's crashing out, like, constantly, unfortunately. So let's see here. Let's try this again. So what I'm going to do is actually switch. I like this guy, like this version of Steve, his hand waving at them saying, you go here and you go there. So let me just actually go and composite him over to the other side of the room. Let's go put him over here. Nope, not too far. Let's do minus 30. Yeah, let's move him a little bit over to the side. Actually, let's do 40%. So we're just gonna switch these two out because I like the other one better. Yeah, there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and take that version of Steve. We're gonna move him over to the other side. Let's see here. I'm your father's nephew's cousin's former roommate. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Oh, that's cool, actually. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Let's put this guy over on this side. And let's go ahead and let's bring him lower. Let's go to about -40. Let's see how we can do vertically on him. Let's go about 55. Just to make the scene look a little bit more alive. Let's actually push him over to +5. You can see, like, special effects compositing actually is a lot of hard work. It is a lot of things that need to be kind of like properly assembled. And it can be a little bit of a hassle. So, for me, this is the equivalent of gaming. And actually, it's funny because we're actually streaming right now on Twitch. If you guys are interested, I do have Twitch. Twitch.tv/BigJackFilms1992. You can go find me there on Twitch. Oh, Usual Suspects doing a review? A new one? Is he doing a new one? I'm interested. Watching my favorite reviewer at Star Wars. Looking forward to your Sith review. I had a cameo in the Usual. Which episode, James? I don't think I've ever seen you in that, because I love Usual Suspect. Let's see. Let's do 53. I'm still waiting for my sequel because, damn it, like, that first one was so good and the other sequels are just utter crap. They are utter garbage. Not a fan. I mean, 10 Cloverfield Lane I heard was good, but the Cloverfield Paradox I heard was just absolute garbage. A lot of people were disappointed with this one, that one. Okay, now that looks solid. That looks good. That looks like a good shot. So now that that one's done, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this shot of Vader, and we're actually going to go ahead and basically move him over to the side. He's going to react to this officer. So I just have to find the right angle here, so just give me one moment. Let's see here. So what we might do is actually move this. Let's go back a bit. I've tried watching Pacific Rim. It's really hard to sit through, honestly. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to this other shot of Vader. I just want to see how he looks in this. Okay, so that might be... let's go here. A little too much, so I gotta kind of put him a little bit to the side. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the shot, and then we'll composite him. So as you can see, this is like a little bit like a goofy, like, what the hell? What happened to Vader? So let's go ahead and we're gonna go and find the shot we need of him. If it'll let me. Let's see here. Let's go to find in library. I did! It was okay this year. We got rained out a lot. Yeah, we're crashing so bad right now. It's just because of all the data that needs to be acquired on it. Yeah, here's the shot that Canadian Vader did provide for me. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna actually like make this look a little better. So what I want to do is find a shot where he's got to be kind of like looking to the side. Let me just see what we have here that I can use. Let me go over. I'm actually gonna put this in a new project, so it just saves on data. Let's see here. There we go. The rain and cold water were bad. I saw it and I said, "Yeah, I'm glad you had a nice time. It was good. I'm glad you did. I didn't see you there. It's been hard to keep track of everybody. I was so preoccupied with other projects and like hanging out with Honey Bear that I didn't really get enough time to really socialize much. I mean, a little bit, but not a lot. We were very in and out. It was a very in and out con because we just had like a lot of stuff going on. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and yeah, the shot like that there, something like that has to go in on the side. And what's interesting is that the suit he's using is actually a Rogue One suit. Actually professionally made too, so I have to kind of get it to where it's talking on the side to him. So let's see what I can use here. That, he goes, he kind of walks in, which is cool. Should be like one shot of him. Get a bit more. See if I'm right here. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah, that's not bad. The problem is that the shot doesn't look the best. Because I have to crop it a little bit. Let me just see here. Just trying to find the right angle. It's a lot of different like angles here, so let me just take a look here. I should just play it, it'll help. Let's see. So you can see like he's got like the great look, he's got that walk, he's got the walk of Vader, which is fantastic. Like I love how this came out. Like some of this is fantastic, just simple blue screen. Honestly, really easy. Yeah, so he honestly is really good in this suit. Like I'm really thoroughly impressed with how much he's able to do in this suit. It's kind of shocking. We've never had any like, I mean, fictionalized? I mean, you look at the statistics, it's mostly been, you know, Simba and all that shit, but it's never really been. Yeah, I worked at Reptilia back about a decade ago, which was fun. I worked there for a little bit as a janitor. I had worked there helping out animals and cleaning them up and, you know, all that shit, which was fun. And eventually what happened was that I had essentially, I worked there for a little bit. And then, you know, it was just, you know, life be life, and eventually I did more with YouTube. But it was Reptilia, which was a reptile zoo based in what is it? It was based in Vaughan. Got to work with a couple exotic animals. Worked with iguanas. Got to clean out a gator cage. So I got my foot was like I actually was working with alligators, American alligators. I've done. I mean, we have a black mamba in our facility, and I never got to, wasn't allowed to handle it at all, and I never did, thank God. But that thing wanted my death. Let's be real, that thing wanted to kill me. God, that was freaky. That was just absolutely horrific. But also worked with like giant pythons and monitor lizards, which are literally like house cats. It was really cool actually working with all those kinds of exotic. I mean, I have had my run-ins. Like I've when I was in Mexico, I actually hung out with there was a lot of monkeys in the trees that I would just sit on my shoulder and I'd have a good time. And then I was in the marketplace at one point and I felt something like fuzzy, very heavily fuzzy nudge on my leg. I look down, there's a freaking white tiger cub. And I'm like, my first thought is, where's Mom? But then it turns out it's part of their zoo and stuff, and they take them out to stretch their legs, and yeah, I got to hang out with a white tiger cub for a day, which was cool. I've ridden an elephant, which was cool. I actually have ridden an elephant. But yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that I've had my share of my own little Marion C. Cooper adventures, I guess you could say, which is always cool. So right here, I have to go ahead and take this shot of Vader. And I have to go ahead and, like, crop him a little bit. So let's just go ahead and just throw this here. This is going to be pretty tricky, but doable. And again, we keep crashing. Again, I'm so sorry, guys. So unusual for us to crash like this. Okay. Unable to shit. Ah, damn. Please ensure you're granted all necessary permission. What the hell? Okay, that's weird. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me reset. Okay, we're back. Let me try this again. Share screen. Try this again. Okay. Fuck. In a sec. Okay, let's see if that helps. Again, so sorry guys, like for some reason, yeah, this thing is just like really crashing hard on me today. There we go. Okay, we're back. I just have to slightly move this around a little bit. Timber is like part beagle, and I can't remember the other part. But she is very much a mix. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So right here, we're gonna go ahead. You see like how that, let's see. There's a high crash software trying to compensate with the RAM. Yeah, well, I just bought new RAM too. Like I bought new RAM and it was like a good like couple hundred, and it's just, you know what it is too, James? It's funny you bring this up. It's Pinnacle, because Pinnacle I've used for over a decade. They just got bought out by another company, and they don't give a shit. They haven't done any updates, so Pinnacle's essentially dying. This might be one of my last big projects done on this format. So I have to make my most of it, and that happens sometimes. Sometimes these crashes, it crashes on the live stream, but never like in person. Which is, I think it's just a matter of just Pinnacle just being like just so massive. Like it is a big software to work with. Oh, I am aware of that. Okay. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take this shot. And we're going to crop Vader in here. Alright, let's see what we can do with Vader here. Not the best looking shot, but it is usable. Alright, so that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's actually bring him over just to see how he looks here. Yeah, this is taking I'm so sorry this is taking forever. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to bring him up a bit. Because we want Vader to look really good in this shot. So let's bring him up. And I'm just going to composite him slightly. So here. Maybe a little bit more there. Again, I'm just compositing them. Just getting like 20 million messages. It's ridiculous. So as you can see, we just have to kind of go ahead. Now we have to take Steve here, and we're going to crop him. We're actually going to composite him and make him look really good. First thing we're going to do is actually go into that shot we did before. It's just about zooming in and cropping. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to paste there. As you can see, oh, that don't look good. That don't look good at all. So here's the trick. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take his whole thing. We're going to crop him back to here. Back down there, and then to the side. Let's see how he looks. Actually, let's bring him out a little bit. Let's do this. There we go. And we also want to kind of crop out the bottom. Hey! Honey Bear comes in with a super chat. Thank you so much, Bear. Really appreciate it. Guys, once again, go check out my girl's website, resiliencyandme.com. It helps kids in low-income housings get treatment. She would really appreciate it, guys. If you guys can go help her out, I would definitely appreciate it. Love you so much, Bear. Hope today was okay. Hope today was good. So let's go ahead and we're just, again, we're cropping. There's a lot of shots to do here. Oh, is it bad? Is it like really hot outside? I'm so sorry, Bear. Okay, so now we're gonna take. I'm gonna take Vader. I'm actually gonna move him. I'm gonna move him a little bit. Again, you can see like the mouse. Like it took 10 seconds for that to render. Like that's how crazy it is. Yeah, the heat has been really bad. It's been we've been having very bipolar weather lately. I would say like the last year or two, it's been very bipolar weather. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and crop him a little bit more. Let's go about 10%, maybe about 12. And the only issue is there's a pole in the way. So how are we going to fix that? Icelandic? So you're from Iceland. That's cool. So you see, oh, there's a clamp on his arm. This don't look right. So here's where we're gonna do some magic. A little magic trick I learned called get rid of the sides. This is pretty easy when you see it all put together. Pretty easy when it comes to cropping. Cropping is definitely key when you're doing special effects as well. So it's a lot of like, because we shot both of these actors on different days at different locations. So put them together, this is how you get these kind of shots. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go here. Let's see. Hey, happy Independent Superman Day! Welcome. All right, let's try 10%. Let's see how much that takes out. Okay, pretty close. Let's do 12%. Okay, let's try 15%. Let's wrap it up at 14%. Okay, wrap it up 50%. Perfect. Now look at that. Look at a shot like that. That is perfect. Let's see here. That's a shot. Right there. That looks great. Look at that. That is borderline perfect. So yeah, you see he's basically interacting with Vader. And Vader's looking at him like, you know, turn to him and be like, what the fuck? Right here. And then it cuts to like this shot here. Like, look at that. That is like perfect. That is borderline perfect. I love how that comes out. That looks really good. So now we have to take the backgrounds. This is where we get really interesting. We'll take the background. We're gonna move, like slide it over. To about there. Yeah, at some point we'll get to that movie. Now this doesn't look right. This looks a little bit like the same shot. Again, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna crop it. The magic of cropping. I'm gonna go ahead and pan and zoom this shit. I mean, it's years of work, Osiris. Years of compositing and learning about this kind of stuff. Self-taught too. It is a lot of self-taught work, and it can be a little bit of a pisser. It can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But once you get down to it, it works like a charm. So I actually have to go ahead and again, it's crashed. Let's see here. I think we're gonna go to about 6:30 today, by the way, guys. Because I do want to try to really get some of this done today. If I can get this done today, I'll actually be kind of happy. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and just do a composite here. Properties. And you can see how slow this stuff is. This stuff is just insane. Let's go to about 200%. See how that does. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to cheat this a little bit. We're going to use the pan and zoom feature, because that's a little easier for me. So the way we're going to do that is, I'm going to go here. What do you mean Crash Bandicoot did it again? Lemurs are cute. They're kind of strange, but they're cute. There we go again. My God, it cannot see. It can handle the review, but it can't handle the special effects. That's how crazy these shots are. So what I'm gonna do is actually watch this. I'm gonna crop it by doing this, so I can actually like go in here and move it. And just make it, and there we go. So that makes it look a lot better. I'm gonna try to go a bit, just to save line some shots. Let's go about there. And let's bring her down. Let's go to about 75% actually. 75%. And go down. About there. Let's go about 27. There. Actually, you know what? Let's bring her out a bit. Let's go to 80%. Pretty cool, especially this is Tanzar. The only way to have that is to have a supporting Jack on Patreon as one of his tiers. View the Horse Prince game AVGN reviewed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could do that as an open. I don't know how I would do that. Good lord. Good lord, that would be insane. Okay. There's pretty good. That looks good. Just about matching it pretty seamlessly. That's the trick with all special effects. Now watch this. You see it all cropped. Watch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's gonna come in, it's gonna come in, it's gonna look great, and it's gonna crash on me because it can't handle it. Oh, God. Let's try this again. Also, it could be the stream section. Also, oh my God, it's not letting me have my. Okay, I'm actually, you know what? This is getting like really irritating because like it's not sometimes this thing. But there you go. Now you can see it looks a little better. Now you can see that. The other thing I'm gonna do is kind of blur it a little bit to where it looks a little sharper. So the next thing I gotta do is I have to go in and just add a little extra blur to it, to the vertically. And one little blur. That actually, okay, that makes it look good. And then I have to go ahead and crop this a little bit and make this where it can show some stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete that and just widen it out, and then I'm going to go ahead and crop it a different way. The way I do that is by cheetahs. I like cheetahs more than all the other spotted cats. Cheetahs are just more iconic. We're going to go about 25% cropping on this shot. And I'm also going to go ahead and bring it out here a little bit. Where it shows more of that. Then go down to about there. And I'm actually going to go ahead and stop. That should be fine. That'd be funny if we could get a YouTube poop. That'd be amazing. I'd be down for that. Okay, so that doesn't look... I'm not feeling that one. Again, like it's not... It's... The compositing a little bit right now is a little bit of a hassle, so hang on a sec, guys. 1 moment. There we go. And share. I'm just going to move it over here so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm working on. Shot's not looking the best. So let's fix that. I need to bring it a bit more over on that side, basically. Do you hate the other spotted cat? No, I don't. I just don't really give them enough attention to really justify their existence, I guess is the word. I don't know. I'm just not that heavily into that kind of stuff, I guess is the right word. I don't know, but yeah, just not something I'm dedicated to 100%. Okay, I know what the problem is. Silly me. Okay, I have to basically... I know what the issue is. I have to go ahead and, like, crop it again. Yeah, we're probably going to go until, like, 6:30, and then I'm going to call it, because I'm actually getting really... I'm already getting tired. But this is just a short little extra stream for you guys. I might do another... If you guys want another one tomorrow, I definitely will. But I'm going to try to get these... at least this scene done. And then I'm going to call it. Let's see here. I'm going to change the music a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead and bring that up. have not seen it yet. I haven't had time, really, unfortunately, just due to other projects and dedications. So, yeah, I haven't made time for it yet. How about there we go? Let's try that. One moment, guys. There we go. Okay. Also, guys, I'm probably gonna also at some point, maybe this weekend, because I'll have a little extra time. I'm gonna pad out the channel with some, possibly some commentaries, because I know I should pad out the channel a little bit. If you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I might go ahead and do that. So yeah, now we got something cooking here. Okay, now we got something. So here is the shots here. This is a lot better now. Okay. So the only thing I want to do is I want to fix... I need to get a shot of Vader kind of just like that, because there's a little shot there that needs to be added. So let me just figure this out. Yeah, definitely want to get more in there. I just don't know which ones I should start with, because I know there's a couple of commentaries I've been waiting for. I just have to wait till I get some, like, when I feel comfortable talking about them, because there are a few that I'm like, yeah, I need to talk about that soon. Because I know a lot of people are probably wondering about that. So far today, in terms of just visual effects shots, I've only gotten 2, and this is like shots 3 and 4. And I just want to let people know, just to give you guys like a little insight on Revenge of the Sith in terms of like how many shots are left to be completed in terms of visual effects. I'm just going to say this right now. There's a grand total of about 200 shots. 200 shots. All visual effect shots that have to be completed. That is a huge undertaking for me. I know it's a lot, but my God, you guys have no idea how many, like 200 shots have to be put into this movie. I don't know, but call me insane, but I don't care. 200 shots. Let's just remind ourselves, 200 visual effects shots that need to be completed. That is a huge this is the first time I've counted the shots. 200. That's an insane number for us. Let's see here. Depends on how universally they feel. That's sort of my thing. I've kind of given up on them, like, you know, oh, it's gonna be, no, it's not as massive as Ready Player One. Ready Player One, like, every single shot had something. But this is more just, I'll just say this, 200 shots in terms of spaceships, compositing. I've gotten a majority of small stuff done, but a lot of it is pretty much, effects work that centers around spaceships. That is how many spaceship shots there are. About 200 shots. And they all are in, like, I'll just say this. Little spoiler for episode 3. Because a lot of people were doing the speculation. There is a massive space battle in episode 3. It's the first time we've taken really fully the battle to space. And, it's a lot larger than what you saw in episode 1 was a little peak, a little tip of the iceberg. This is a full-blown space battle. And and listen, you can't do Star Wars without doing a space battle. So you kind of have to play it with your guts here. And here it's like, this is what's going to be the biggest driving force. I think that there's 2 effects houses that are the biggest driving force with episode 3. Those being the spaceships and the spaceships and the lightsabers. The lightsabers, I can happily say, are done. It is the spaceships that are not done. And what's crazy is, we're going mostly practical with these shots. Like, there are, like, some digital stuff spliced in, but we are mainly going practical. Practical models and miniatures and special effects. And we want to make them look good. So we want to really top ourselves, compared to the original trilogy. So this is really upping the game for us. So because of that, these shots are just massive composites. And this is actually, this might kill the computer. I'm not gonna lie, this might kill it. Because this is a huge undertaking of visual effects. And I'm definitely gonna have to, like, look into how to make these go a little better. Because, yeah, these are huge dynamic shots that need to be completed. And they are taking a little longer than expected. Like, the fact that I can get done, like, between a max about 4 shots a day, and it's out of 200, yeah, I definitely gotta step up my hand game here, guys, like, because it is a lot. It is a lot. Thankfully, I've been doing a lot of copy-pasting to make progress go a little faster. But again, 200 shots! Kill me! 200 shots! Oh my god. Why? Like, this is why I'm gonna be taking a break for myself, because my ambitions are so damn high in the modern age, and that needs to be reprogrammed before I can, like, go back and, like, do new stuff. Because I'm definitely going to go back to smaller stuff, but I'm definitely going to be, in terms of ambitious projects, it's going to take a while for these to come back. After Star Wars, I'm taking a break. Because, yeah, there's so much story, so much in terms of just how many shots. It's insane. Here's an easy task. Watch this. This is easy. See, now we're at the cusp end. Now we're at the tail end of this. This makes it easier. So now you just paste it, and that actually does save you time. Yeah, and this is the biggest of the 3 too, Josh. This is the largest one. This is the one that's going to make or break us, because this has to conclude so much of the story, and there's so much that happens in episode 3. There's a lot that goes down. Now, I have to get a shot of Vader walking back, so I have to go look at the shots that are available. First off, I'm going to go ahead and just get the shots I need. Let me just go ahead here, save that. Yeah, again, 200 shots, and okay, the best part is I can show this off. I have this binder that Honey Bear got me. It's a really cool Star Wars binder. But I'll show this off. There's this cool little binder I have. What the fuck? Okay, no, that's not what I want. I want to show here. Let's see here. Go ahead and, let's see, maximize. Okay, I'll show you guys. So this is a binder my girl got me, which is really cool. But I have the script in here. I keep the script in here. But in here are, I'll show you just a prime example. These are the storyboards. These are digital storyboards that I did that show the shots that need to be completed. So you can see there's the officer and Darth Vader and everything. So there's these digital storyboards. And what I do is every time I finish a shot, I green mark it out, meaning like check. And so these are all the storyboards for the climax of Revenge of the Sith. They're all in here. These are all the storyboards. And I have to do every shot. And every time I check mark on, I'm like, okay, we're getting closer and closer and closer. But yeah, I storyboard everything now. Everything is storyboarded. Everything is pre-planned with previs and stuff like that, and animatics. I do a lot of story. In fact, you know what I might do? Let me show you guys a little example of essentially animatics and how I do storyboards. I'll show a little bit here for episode 2. I'll go to episode 2 where I think there is an animatic. So I'll find a good one. Shit, hang on a sec. Do I have an animatic I can show here? One moment. Let me check BTS. Let me check tests. Hang on. Because I know I have an animatic here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Let me just see here. Let me just see if this is the right one. Okay, so I do a lot of animatics. I do a lot of like storyboards and stuff. What I'm gonna do here quickly is I'll show you guys this, which is really cool. If I'm able to show it, I don't know how big it's gonna be, but let me just show you guys a prime example of doing animatics. Let's go here. Let me go to here, animatic here. And hopefully this can run the whole thing. I don't know if it's gonna run the whole thing, but let's just take a look here. I hope it does. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show it on my screen. Let me go to animatic. All right, so let me show you guys an animatic of like what are the scenes in Star Wars. And prime example as a starter is this. This is the garden scene for episode 2 that we just did, right? And this is now I had already shot in this shot prior to shooting it, but this is the animatic essentially of what it was gonna look like all put together. I also have to do that. Yeah, I see. I had to do like little things like this. So I had like the shots of the guard, right? So like I didn't have a shot of the guard. So I just took we put the costume on like a mannequin. I took photos of it behind the scenes, but I just slapped those together to just say, oh, here's them watching, basically. Just little things like that to make it work. And then I have like a shot of Timber. But then yeah, you can see this is how it looks in storyboards. It's just little thumbnails. Thumbnails are basically sticky notes. What these are is essentially it's sticky notes. I take sticky notes and I draw each frame. Oh shit. On these type of things, these little sticky notes. I draw each thing in little stick figures. And eventually what I do is I just put them on pieces of paper. Then I scan them in the computer. And then I do essentially these sort of these animatics, these storyboards to really describe how I shoot stuff. I showed these to Lita and the people we were filming with. And so that way they kind of got down what the scene looks like. But this is ultimately what my animatics look like. And I know they're not the best. Like these are pretty crude animatics. These are pretty crude storyboards. They're not like, I'm not the best drawer, but they get the point across of what I do, because it's just very quick. You have to just get the shot, get the frame so you can show people, okay, this is what it's gonna look like. And I should post these. I should definitely post more of these type of things, because I think people would be interested in seeing like how these look all together, you know? And then also, even like with Rice Duke, we actually had filmed him prior, and then I had to do a test before we started shooting to see if it would work. So I did, again, this very rough edit of the scene before we shot it. And this is how it looks sort of in like my little animatic form, just to give people an idea of like what the scene's going to look like, you know? And so this is a lot of pre-planning that you have to do, you know, in terms of just like how you composite. And the biggest thing was trying to figure out how to get him on the chair. And thankfully, the tests themselves worked really well that we were able to put it in the final film. So that's just sort of an example of how I do animatics, how I do storyboards. Because it is a lot of like that certain type of stuff when you're editing a project, basically. There is a lot of that involved in terms of just, you know, like doing that stuff. So it gives you guys an idea of how, yeah, I know they're potatoes, but you know what I mean. I really should put out the work. I don't know. I gotta think of how to present it, because I want to maybe call it like work in progress, like sort of work in progress series where you see like, but it would only be after these projects are out, so you get an idea of like what the pre-planning is. But that's not a bad idea. I really should start putting those out. Those would probably be part of a huge. I gotta do a whole behind the scenes B-roll of stuff that I want to put out there. That's not just a making of documentary. It's literally just animatics, storyboards, stuff like that. A lot of that kind of shit I want to put into my progress. Again, let me just try to find the right shot I need here of here. Let me see here. I just want to find the right angle. Just give me a second. Here we go. I just need to find the right angle here. So right there. That's a good angle. Need to at least get 1 second of him. Again, my drawings aren't the best, but like they get the point across. That's the whole thing with storyboards. Like, they're all just about, okay, how much can we get? That. So I can get like at least 1 second's worth of him just looking there. Just, let me just try to like. Sometimes you just gotta use whatever you can salvage, you know? Crack of the work in progress, or just call it work in progress. I think that would also be kind of cool. Just call it that. Just call it literally work in progress. Let me see where I can, like, do this here. Again, I just gotta go over all this footage that Canadian Vader sent me to make this scene work. Honestly, his Vader suit is fantastic. I couldn't have asked for a better costume. Come on, my guys. Let's see. Okay, I'm actually gonna use this shot. One moment. Is he gonna walk? No, he's not gonna walk, okay. Alright, let's see here. I want to get a shot of him just like walking out of frame here. Let's see here. Trying to find the right shot of him walking out of the frame. Trying to find the right one, the right spot where he walks out of the frame. I hate content farms. They're just so, they are absolute like hoarders of other people's content. Absolute hoarders. Not a fan of them, to be honest. I think they are very much trying to kill the, like, they're killing the algorithm. They're harvesting the algorithm, and they're not saving anything for us, which is bullshit. That's my take on it. Not the biggest fan of that. Really want to get a nice shot of him like storming off. And there's a little bit of a get that one shot of Baker walking off here. There's gotta be at least one shot of him doing that. I'm pretty sure Let's see what we got. Let's see here. Actually, that's a good shot right there. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, they're also like, they're AI driven, and the AI is just not there yet with the technology on that front. I just don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, that looks good right there. That's what I'm going for. Okay. Let's go take this and let's go take that into the cut. Now let's go back to the bridge. You just have to dig out the right shots. That's the part I don't like, and I don't really like talking about that kind of stuff. But, yeah, not the bit. Honestly, I've realized reality kind of sucks to some degree. So I think we have to stay in our escapism a little bit just to kind of pass the time. And that's what I'm here for. I don't like to get too badly into this kind of stuff. Take that stuff with Vader, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that other shot. See, we're very close, guys. Oh, wait, did it crash? Son of a bitch, it crashed. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. We got this. We got this. That looks pretty good. I agree making videos, watching movies, play video games, house. It's just a matter of like if your mental capacity can handle it. I think it should only be reserved for those who can actually process it, because it is a bit of a pain. It is a little bit spooky out there, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to look out for people a lot, because I know how painful things are right now. I'm just trying to make people feel a little bit better, because I know how scary the world is right now. Okay. So watch this. If it, is it gonna crash? No? Is it gonna crash? No, it's not gonna crash. Okay. So watch this. This is so cool. This is just gonna make it so much faster and easier for us. I do it like this, and then there. Now watch this. Yeah, it's bad, and it's, you know, but here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff in the world we can't control. As much as we want to, be, like, play God and, like, do what we want to do to help the world, there's only so much we can control. So what we have to do is focus on what we can control, namely ourselves, what we think, how we feel, how we process things. But in terms of helping, help yourself, number one, and number two, those you care about. The world, if you're hoping for, no, I have to wait for something to happen, the world can wait for you. It's more about how we have to start looking after ourselves and how we manage the rest of the world. Because it is getting pretty bad out there. And we have to be very careful. That's all I can say, you know? That's really all I got on that field. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and we're going to move Vader a little bit. Because I want him to be well composited. He is going to walk off camera. I also want to try to get the one more composite. Let's go. That's 16% there. So yeah, like here's the shots pretty much good to go. So the other thing I want to do is actually kind of make Vader move a little more. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go do pan and zoom, which means I can take the shot and I can actually like make him move a little faster. So watch this. It's a really cool technique. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to move him to the side. Right here. Watch this. This is really cool. I'm actually going to move him out of the frame. And just kind of zoom in a little bit. So that way, it looks like he's walking out. Now when you see the shot, watch this. The only issue is I have to kind of fix this compositing a little bit. I'm also going to bring him up a bit so he looks like he's moving a little tall, so he's a little taller. Let's go to about 8% taller. Now we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to prop it up here. Now that's a little bit fixer. So that's a problem. How do we fix that? Move this up. Like such. That gets rid of that. And then we move this up here. That. Okay, that might have fucked it up actually. Hang on. Whoops. Okay, actually we're just gonna keep it like that. That's pretty good. Just like that. It's not terrible, but like it does the trick. The only thing is like there's a little bleeding there in Vader's mask. So what we're gonna do is actually I'm going to a few frames there. I'm actually going to move. There we go. So I'm gonna do that. That just makes it easier. So there's less of a problem in the compositing. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Just focus on yourselves and what you can control. You know, don't focus on what you can't control, you know? You know, because I know things are really, things are pretty crazy right now. Okay, so now, this makes it easier. That takes away a lot of the pain of that shot. Where like the compositing's a little better, the Vader looks like he's moving, and it's, there we go. That looks nice. That looks solid. Now the last thing we do in this scene is we're going to go ahead and color time this. It's the last task of the day. And this is an easy thing. We're just going to color time this to match what was shot on green screen. And the way we do that is by going to the scene itself. We're going to the effect of it, copying, and watch this. We're going to paste it, but we're gonna do something interesting here, okay? So as you can see, it's not the best looking. There's a lot of like problems here, a lot of cropping and stuff. So here's where we come in handy, okay? So we're gonna first and foremost, we're going to get rid of the 2D advance. That's the first thing we're getting rid of. First and foremost. We're getting rid of the 2D advance. We're getting rid of the blue screen color timing, or the blue screen composite. And we're also just gonna make sure this all lines up. Okay, so that all lines up pretty good still. So this is a little too dark in the shot, right? So here's how we're gonna fix that. We're gonna first and foremost, we're gonna take out we're gonna bring the shadows up a little bit. Actually, you know what? The shadows were fine. I didn't mind the shadow effect. We're gonna bring up the exposure. So see, that's still a little dark, but let's try 18%. Let's see how that looks. Minus 18%. Still a little dark. Let's go about let's try minus 8. Okay, that looks okay. Saturation, we're definitely going to bring up. Because it is a little too black and white. I'm actually going to bring this up to 75%, the blue. I'm going to bring the blues out a little bit in color. Just to make it match. Yeah, that looks good. Now we're going to go into contrast, I think. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try 18% on contrast. Bring it up a bit, so like it looks a little sharper in the image. Let's see here. Come on. No. There we go. It's a little too dark, I know. Yeah, it's a little too dark. Okay, so that looks okay. I think we could definitely, let's aim a little higher on the contrast. Let's go with, 25%. Because we want to definitely match that sharpness on the blue screen. Contrast is something, color timing and contrast is something I've actually realized is hugely beneficial for stuff like this. I think I'm also going to bring down the blacks a little bit. Let's go to 5. Let's see how that looks. Let me bring it down to 5. Okay, that definitely does help the image. Now I'm also going to kind of bring the pink up, the red up to about 10%. Let's see here. Okay, that looks okay, but doesn't match the shots. Let's see. I'm just trying to see the compositing. Does that match, or do you think one of these has to be a little bit? I think this has to be a little bit redder. Let's try 15% in the pink. What do you guys think? Does that match, or do you think it needs to be a little higher in the blue, or in the darkness? Let's try maybe 80% darkness, or blue. Ramp it up. What do you guys think? Trying to see if the color does match. Okay, yeah, that's probably it. That is probably the composite there. A little light on the Vader, you think? Actually, that looks okay. That doesn't look too bad. I think that's the shot. Now, I have to do the same thing. Now, watch this. I could just paste it. Ready? Now, look at that. It matches exactly. The only thing I wish Pinnacle would do is give me a glow effect for the backgrounds, but I can actually do that through CapCut. I can actually make that look. I've been using CapCut a bit for filters, and it actually works. That works really good. So, yeah, this scene is done. This scene is composited. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and take this shot to another editing suite, and we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to composite it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take this whole thing right here. We're going to go take it to another editing suite. Watch this. To another file, another project. I'm going to go ahead and bring this all up. I'm going to take the whole thing, drag it up. It's a little big, but just give me a second. Come on. There we go. Did I get the whole thing? No, I think I missed a few. Shit. A little short. Might take a sec. Once in Chen, you cut. Okay, interesting. I didn't know there was. So there's programs you can actually do that? Interesting. Okay. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to bring this up. Okay. So is this the whole thing? Okay. This is the whole scene. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and I'm going to copy it. Like this. I'm going to put it into a new project. Going to save this. Hi, Fiction Nexus. Good to see you. All right. All right. Come on. Come on. Don't be a little pussy here. Come on. Come on, Pinnacle. Don't fail me. Don't fail me again. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah, this thing's a hassle. This thing is a hassle. I don't know if he did. Alright, come on. Yeah, you can see this is a big boy. Alpha composites, and it's already like, whoa. So now, I'm going to take this sequence and I'm going to move that there. I don't know who that is. Alright, almost there, guys. Almost there. Okay, so here's what's going to happen next, okay? I'm going to take... The last thing I'm going to do, before we render this, is I'm going to take this whole scene, and I'm actually just going to bring down, so we can hear everybody, I'm going to bring down the sound on the ambience a little bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. Well, let's go about minus 6%. I should just go about minus 8%. Okay. Just on master. Right? And then I'm also going to go ahead and I'm just going to, like, remove the sound from these two corners. We got this, guys. We got this. Audio. What manga? I haven't really, I don't know, to be honest. Okay, now we're gonna render it. Good lord, we're gonna render it. Okay, this is do or die, guys. So we're gonna render this. It's gonna be, I'm just gonna call it, there, and we're just gonna let that render. Hopefully that works. Hopefully this fixes it up. Might take a hot second, but wait till you see the whole thing composited. Hopefully this works. God, I hope it works. You see it like it looks good. But while we wait, what I'm going to do is once we finish this, I'm going to show you guys how it looks all put together. But for now, I'm just going to go read a couple of comments. So guys, do you have any comments? Let me know, ask some questions, because like I think after this we're actually going to call it a night. Once this finishes rendering, it's 679 frames. Good lord. But yeah, so really been working hard here. Again, guys, I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been helping out in super chats and obviously Honey Bear with her website. Guys, again, let's just get the plug in there while we're at it. Let me just go to the website here, guys, so you guys can see what's going on. Let's see here. Guys, if you can, please check out this website for me. It's going to load. It does not want to load for some reason. Hang on a sec. Here. ResiliencyMe.com. It is a website where you can help kids locally in low-income housings get special health, mental health for like support and everything. I really appreciate you guys going to support her website. It means it would really help her out and stuff. She could really use the motivation. But she's been doing really good at her job. I'm really impressed with how much she's been working on it. But guys, this website, ResiliencyMe.com, give it some love in the algorithm. Would really appreciate it, honestly. So, yeah, there's that. All right, let's see here. Knuckles. A lot of Knuckles. But yeah, there's just so much going on with episode 3 in terms of just what happens. You know, story-wise, plot-wise, character development. There is so much that happens. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you guys are ready for like the crazy amount of shit that's gonna hit the fan with this one. This is a very massive episode. So much goes on. So much happens. And it's insane. It's insane how much is going to happen in episode 3. A lot of plot, a lot of story, a lot of drama. Again, like I'll say this: the teaser, you've only seen the tip of the iceberg of how big this project is. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah, this shot's almost done, and then I'm going to show you guys the results so you can get an idea of how it looks. I actually maybe at some point plan this, actually. I kind of want Simba to come back. I have some ideas. I just have to figure out how I'm going to structure it. I've got ideas in terms of like a concept, but I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Jurassic Park, the manga, because I know there was a manga. That'd be cool if we got an anime of that. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Okay, so it has been composited. You guys want to see this all put together. Hope to God it looks good. You guys want to see it. You guys want to see the final results. Raise a hand if you want to see it. Let me know. Because I can show it right now and we can watch it together. This is like, I haven't even seen the results on this. Do you guys want to see it? See, let's get the votes in here. I know this is a slow, my chat's on super slow right now, but let me know if you guys want to see it. The whole thing put together, because I'm actually looking at it right now and it looks great. Let's find out. The clock is ticking. Okay, let me just go here. Let me just stop here. All right, let's do it. All right, guys. So this is how we're going to close off the stream today. I'm going to show you guys the final result. Let's take a look. This is how the whole sequence turned out. And I'm looking at this myself for the first time. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see this? I don't know. Weird. Is it just a black screen? No, hang on. Let me reset. Hang on. For some reason, that is not showing me the thing. Let's see. Image. Share screen. Let's see here. Share. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Final result. Let's do this. Ready? Let's see how this sounds. Ready? Here we go. That looks pretty good.
Lord Vader, it's the Republic fleet. They grouped their entire force to attack.
Launch all fighters and ready my ship.
My lord.
Jack will be leading the attack. Tell my master that I will deal with him personally.
Yes, my lord.
That looks great. I'm actually kind of impressed with that, guys. That actually looks good. Let's look at that one more time. All the shots, all the characters look good. I like how this came out.
It's the Republic fleet. They grouped their entire force to attack.
Launch all fighters and ready my ship.
My lord.
Jack will be leading the attack. Tell my master that I will deal with him personally.
Yes, my lord.
That looks pretty good, actually. I'm actually quite impressed with this. That actually looks really good. Like, that looks good. Wow. Come on, that's actually pretty solid work, guys. That looks amazing. All right, well, with that said, guys, I think this is where we're going to call it for a day. I really appreciate everybody coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There's your little sneak preview of episode 3 as the clock ticks closer and closer. That was fun. 2 hours getting those shots done. I'm actually impressed. So let me know what you guys think so far in the comments. Might do another stream tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Don't know what's happening on my end. I've just got a lot going on, but I'm gonna try to get more video content out for you by next week. Hopefully, I don't know, but yeah, that's all we got for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little preview. We're gonna definitely edit more down the line, but until the next one, thank you guys, everybody, for the super chat and stuff. It's really appreciated. But until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is Big Jack Film signing off, and I will see you guys later.